Hei armsad, Anneli siin. Meil oli just Saduga üks ülijammi lõõgastav seiklus. Tema relaxing forward ehk edasi lõõgastudes grupis. Huvitav, milline panus võiks see sulle olla, eriti praegusel ajal. Ma panen pärast siia alla lingi. Kui sa soovid, siis sa saad sellega ühineda. Ja mida see võiks sinu ellu luua? I was just telling everybody. Can you hear me?
I was like, it's just, you're so quiet.
Well, that's because I'm just so relaxed. Sadu ütles, et sa mõtled, et sa oled nii vaikselt, et ma ütlesin sellepärast, et ma olen nii lõõgastunud. I just told when I start that I'm still like in this total relaxing mode. After your incredible Facebook Live you just did in the Relaxing Forward group. And I already said that, so I'm not going to translate that. But
Oh my goodness. Hello everyone. Tere õhtust.
Tere õhtust kõigile.
Yay! The video is like lagging from your sound, so I'm distracted. I don't know where I'm gonna look. I need to look like somewhere like this.
That's okay. You can do this. I believe in you.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Really?
Your video comes first.
Et mu see pilt, video tuleb enne ja siis hääl tuleb järgi, et Sadul on nii naljakas seda vaadata.
So I'm constantly like, does the sound disappear?
Ja siis ma vaatan, et kas see hääl kadus ära või mis värk on.
So distracting. I don't know where to look.
Look into my eyes. See on nii häiriv, ma ei tea, kuhu vaadata.
We can do it. I can do it.
It's exactly what are we gonna what are you gonna talk about today? Are you scared of monsters? So what if the monsters will have the you have the picture but no voice, or the voice comes later? Et see on täpselt võib-olla see, millest Satu täna räägib, et kas sa kardad koletisi ja see on see, et sul on pilt enne ja hääl tuleb järgi hiljem.
And what if you are the monster that other people do not dare to look at?
Ja mis siis, kui sa oled see koletis, keda teised inimesed ei julge vaadata?
And that kind of reminds me of a funny story.
See tuletab mulle meelde ühte naljakat lugu.
I've never had, like when I was younger, didn't have a lot of ease around people.
You didn't? Kui ma olin väiksem, siis mul ei olnud kergust paljude inimestega.
And there was like, I always had this sense of like, oh my god, like it's scary, and what if somebody talks to me? Ja mul oli alati selline tunne, et issand jumal, et see on nii hirmutav, et mis siis, kui keegi vaatab mind. And I tried to avoid all like social contacts as much as possible. Ja ma üritasin vältida nii palju kui võimalik sotsiaalset kontakti. And I always, like when I looked somebody in the eyes, I saw this fear.
ja kui ma vaatasin kellegi silmadesse, siis ma näen seda hirmu.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm scared.
Ja siis ma arvasin, et issand jumal, et ma olen hirmul.
And then people started telling me that I'm scary.
Ja siis inimesed hakkasid mulle ütlema, et mina olen hirmutav.
All of my sister's friends were terrified of me.
Kõik mu õe sõbrad olid minust hirmunud.
And I was like, what the heck? I am the one who's scared.
Ja siis ma mõtlesin, et mida põrgut, et mina olen ju see, kes on siin hirmul.
And then eventually I realized that it was not so.
Ja siis hiljem ma sain aru, et see ei olnud nii.
And I realized that I was just aware that other people are scared.
Ja siis ma sain aru, et ma olen teadlik sellest, et teised inimesed on hirmunud.
Some of them were scared of me.
Mõned olid hirmul minust.
Which at the point made absolutely no sense to me.
Mis ei kõla mulle üldse loogiliselt.
And then some of them were just generally scared.
Ja mõned neist olid lihtsalt hirmul.
But it was definitely not mine.
Aga see ei olnud kindlasti mitte minu oma.
So how many of you who think you are scared are really not?
Kui paljud teist arvavad, et te olete hirmul, aga tegelikult ei ole.
And when you have that sense of like, oh my God, I'm scared.
Ja kui sul on see taju, et issand jumal, et ma kardan.
Is it really yours?
Siis kas see on päriselt sinu oma?
Are you aware of other people being scared?
Või sa oled teadlik sellest, et teised inimesed on hirmul?
Maybe even you are the source of that fear.
Ja võib-olla isegi sina oled selle hirmu allikas.
And especially when you know what you know and you are present.
Ja eriti siis, kui sa tead, mida sa tead ja sa oled kõigega kohal.
If you dare to look people in the eye and maybe even smile.
Et kui sa julged inimestele otsa vaadata ja võib-olla isegi naeratada.
Do you realize that that actually makes you scary for other people?
Kas sa nagu päriselt teadvustad seda, et see teeb teiste jaoks, et sina teed selle olemise teiste jaoks hirmutavaks?
When you don't seem to be like everybody else.
Kui sa ei näe välja nii nagu kõik teised.
So yeah, maybe you are a monster.
Nii et võib-olla sa oled see koletis.
But it might not be what you think.
Aga see võib-olla ei ole see, mida me arvame. That reminds me exactly word by word what you just said. And I'm like, are you talking about me? See, mis Satu just ütles, on täpselt sõna-sõnalt see, mis pani mind nagu küsima, et kuule, hei, kas sa räägid minust? Sest et mina tajusin, ma olen tajunud eluaeg täpselt samamoodi. I did not talk to people. I did not want to have any contact with them. Ma ei rääkinud inimestega ja ma ei tahtnud nendega mitte ühtegi, ma ei tahtnud nendega olla kontaktis üldse. And people were like always like, what the fuck is wrong with her? Ja inimesed kogu aeg küsisid, et mis tal viga on.
Yeah. Exactly. So number one thing is, who does this belong to tool?
Ja üks asi on kindlasti see, et üks töövahend, number üks töövahend, et kellele see kuulub.
Really, are you scared or are they scared?
Kas päriselt sina oled hirmunud või on keegi teine?
Are you uncomfortable or are they uncomfortable?
Kas sinul on ebamugav või neil on ebamugav?
And the more you choose this whole consciousness thing, you become uncomfortable for other people.
Ja mida rohkem sa valid seda teadlikkuse asja, seda enam ebamugavust sa tekitad teistes inimestes.
And then you might be like, no!
Ja siis sa võib-olla ütled iseendale, et ei!
I want to keep these people in my life. I don't want to scare them.
Et ma tahan hoida neid inimesi enda elus, ma ei taha neid hirmutada.
But that does not mean that they will leave.
Aga see ei tähenda seda, et nad kuskile ära lähevad.
The more you choose to be you, the scary monster you.
Mida enam sa valid olla iseendana, see koletis, kes sa oled.
The more you actually invite people into your life.
Seda rohkem sa tegelikult kutsud neid inimesi enda ellu. Someone here said, ja sa oled kutse. Someone here said, yes, are you talking about me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah. What if being a monster is not as bad as you think it is?
Siis kui koletis olla ei ole nii halb, kui see tundub, et on.
Does anybody have any questions or where shall we go?
Kas kellelgi on küsimusi või kuhu me võiksime siit edasi minna? Not at the moment. But that reminds me, you can say something maybe about that. That reminds me of monsters usually are actually the most like vulnerable things you can ever meet. Et minu jaoks, mida ma olen täheldanud, on koletised, ükskõik millised nad siis on, kõige haavatavamad olendid, keda ma näinud olen.
Yeah, and there is that like when you let yourself be you without all the walls and barriers.
Kui sa lubad iseendal olla iseendana ilma seinte ja barjäärideta.
In the intensity of an infinite being.
Selle piiritu olendi intensiivsusest.
Because infinite being is pretty freaking intense.
Sest et piiritu olend on päris intensiivne.
You don't have to fight anyone. You don't have to you don't need to be mean.
Sa ei pea võitlema mitte kellegiga ja sa ei pea olema õel.
You actually get to be really, really kind.
Siis sa saad tegelikult olla väga, väga lahke.
Because as a monster you know that nothing hurts you.
Selle koletisena sa tead, et mitte midagi ei saa sulle haiget teha.
You know that you are always greater.
Sa tead, et sa oled alati suurepärasem.
So yeah, this is an invitation to a class about monsters actually.
Ja see on kutse ka sulle koletiste klassi. It's so funny, we have a class or course about monsters. Actually gonna think about it, like what? Naljakas, et tegelikult, et on selline klass või kursus loodud nagu koletised, mida Satu vahendab. What are you gonna facilitate?
Someone else said that to me too. I was like, why? Isn't this a completely normal thing?
Keegi veel ütles mulle seda ja siis mõtlesin, miks, et kas see pole siis mitte täiesti normaalne asi?
But I've also had the past few months been very interesting.
Viimased mõned kuud on olnud hästi huvitav.
I've discovered all these things about me that at first look I was like, that's evil.
Et ma olen avastanud enda kohta asju, mida ma olen esmapilgul vaadanud, et see on õel.
And I was like, that is just bad, that's just horrible.
Ja ma olen vaadanud seda, et see on lihtsalt väga halb, nagu kohutav.
And then eventually found out that this is actually a capacity to change the world.
Ja see on tegelikult võimekus, et muuta maailma.
Is power and potency.
Vägi ja võimekus.
And I've been hiding it.
Ja ma olen seda varjanud.
That reminds me of a year ago I did the Talk to Indies class with Estonian translation.
See tuletab mulle meelde seda, et aasta tagasi ma tegin Räägi Olemitega klassi, millel oli tõlge eesti keelde. Can you say that again because someone was calling me?
I was supposed to come to Estonia, but I got really sick.
Ja siis ma pidin tulema Eestisse, aga ma jäin väga haigeks.
But I was like, I'm gonna do it anyways.
Aga ma olin sellel meele, et me teeme seda nii ehk naa.
So many of the participants were together in Tallinn and then I was online.
Ja siis meil olid osalised Tallinnas kohapeal, kes olid kõik koos ja siis mina olin online'is.
And on the first lunch break I was like, I'm dying.
Ja siis esimesel lõunapausil oli mul selline tunne, et ma lihtsalt suren ära.
There was like literally stuff going on in my body where I was like, it's gonna die from this.
Ja mu kehas toimusid sellised asjad, et ma päriselt sõna otseses mõttes arvasin, et ma suren ära sellesse.
And I talked with a friend and she basically asked me, are you that pathetic? Ja siis ma rääkisin oma sõbraga ja ta küsis mu käest, et kas sa päriselt oled nii haletsusväärne. And that was the kindest thing she could have ever done to me.
Ja see oligi üks lahkemaid asju, mida ta minu jaoks teha sai.
She's like, you could go to hospital.
Ta ütles mulle, et sa võid haiglasse minna.
I was like, fuck you.
Ja siis ma ütlesin talle, et käi perse.
Because I knew that, well, that's not going to change it.
Siis ma teadsin, et see on midagi, mis seda ei muuda.
This is on me. I have to choose something.
See sõltub minust. Mina pean midagi valima.
I have to be something that my body is inviting me to.
Mina pean olema midagi, millesse mu keha mind kutsub.
And I realized that I had tried to be way too nice.
Ja ma sain aru, et ma olen püüdnud olla liiga kena.
As a facilitator, I allowed people to hold on to their limitations.
Ja vahendajana ma lubasin hoida klassis osalejatel nende piirangutest, nende enda piirangutest kinni.
And I worked so freaking hard to show a different possibility.
Ja siis ma töötasin või ma nägin nii palju vaeva, et näidata teistsugust võimalust.
That nobody asked for.
Mida mitte keegi ei küsinud.
And my body was like, I'm dying if you do that.
Ja siis mu keha ütles mulle, et ma suren ära, kui sa seda teed.
So then I got back from the lunch break.
Ja siis ma tulin lõunalt tagasi.
With a little bit different energy.
Natukene teistsuguse energiaga.
And there was such a sense in my world of this power and potency.
Ja mu maailmas oli selline väe ja võimekuse taju.
While also thinking that I'm a monster now.
Ja nüüd ma praegu mõtlen ka, et ma vist olen ka koletis.
And then somebody asked a question.
Ja siis keegi küsis küsimuse.
And he wanted to change something and I was like, are you sure?
Ja ta tahtis midagi muuta ja siis ma küsisin, et kas sa oled täiesti kindel selles?
And he was like, yes.
Ja ta ütles, et jah.
And I was like, okay. And I just threw my hands like this in the air.
Ja siis ma ütlesin, et jah, okei. Ja siis ma lihtsalt tegin oma kätega nii.
Exploded all the energy gently.
Plahvatasin õrnalt kõik selle energia.
And this guy in a different country gets like lifted up from a chair and like flies on the floor.
Ja see klassis osalenu lendas toolilt.
And I was like, I think I have been suppressing myself a little bit.
Ja siis ma vaatasin seda ja mõtlesin, et ma vist olen natukene ennast tagasi hoidnud.
So, the moral of the story.
Niisiis, selle loo moraal.
How many of the pains or problems in your body are because you're suppressing you?
Kui palju sinu kehas olevast valust on midagi, mida sa oled alla surunud?
And then your body has to hold on to that energy.
Et ennast tagasi hoida ja siis su keha peab hoidma seda energiat kinni.
And you sort of like explode inside.
Ja siis sa justkui seesmiselt plahvatad.
You are an infinite being.
Sa oled piiritu olend.
That's a huge amount of power.
Kellel on väga suur võimekus ja vägi.
Some might even say infinite.
Mõni võib-olla ütleb isegi, et piiritult.
So yeah, this is an invitation to the monster class and talk to entities class.
Ja see on kutse sulle Räägi Olemitega klassi ja koletise klassi.
And even
I want to add something here. Tahan lisada siin see klass, selles klassis osalesin ka mina. In this class I was participating and you as a facilitator, Satu kui vahendaja, was actually the monster with me, see koletis minuga. That was the kindest thing someone could do, mis on üks lahkemaid asju, mida keegi teha saab. To not buy the lies. Et mitte enda omaks teha neid valesi ja tegelikult näidata, olgugi, et see on võib-olla väga-väga ebamugav. Aga näidata sulle midagi, mis muudab su maailma ja sa näed, kui väga midagi teistmoodi on võimalik.
Yeah. And it is really an invitation for you to see what it really is.
See on kutse sulle nagu päriselt vaadata, kes tegelikult oled.
Stop buying the lies.
Nagu lõpeta see valede enda omaks tegemine.
And when you acknowledge what really is, you can change anything.
Ja kui sa teadvustad, et mis see päriselt on, siis sa saad kõike muuta.
And you will have all of your power.
Ja sul on kogu sinu vägi.
And even Shannon has said that these classes are really, really empowering.
Ja Shannon O'Hara on öelnud, et need klassid on väga-väga-väga väestavad.
And she says that she doesn't know why, but they just are.
Ta ütleb, et ma ei tea miks, aga nad lihtsalt on.
Would you like to know what you know?
Kas sulle meeldiks teada seda, mida sa tead?
If yes, see you there.
Kui jah, siis kohtume sinuga seal.
Thank you so much, Anneli, for this live and what else is now possible.
Aitäh selle laivi eest, Anneli. Aitäh, Satu, sulle. Ja mis nüüd võimalik on?
Aitäh kõigile, head ööd.
Head ööd. Ciao.
Bye bye.
Ciao monsters. Ja taega koletsi.